sand? Why fire alarms? Why dance raves? Why pirate ship? I don't know. I don't know. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I just want to do something fun. I just want to do something that I haven't really done on this channel before, and that is a story time. I love story time videos. Just Thomas Sanders, Madame Macabre, they have such a fun style when it comes to story time, so I thought, why not give my own? It is a festive Christmas themed one, and it's from working in the nursery that I'm currently in. I have many stories of working with children, but this one happened most recently and it just completely cracked me up and threw me for a loop, so here we go. So yes, I work in a nursery. I look after very small toddlers from the age of about 1.5 to 3 to 4 years old, and I love it. It is hectic, and some of the adults I work with are a little bit to deal with, but you know, overall I love the job. And there is never a dull moment with working with toddlers. Some of the stuff they come out with is just absolutely brilliant. Like, you know, there's one little girl that, you know, you'll pick up a toy pig like from a farm stand, be like, oh, what animal's this? And she'll look at you and go, bacon! Well, we are currently on holiday at the moment, and like Christmas holidays, not holiday, because God forbid we're allowed to leave anywhere. So before the nursery broke up for the Christmas holidays, we decided as a group that we were going to put up the Christmas tree. Now, it is my first Christmas working in this nursery, so I didn't really understand what was going on. I knew that we were going to put a Christmas tree up, but I didn't know if we were going to do like presents or if it was going to be a, you know, like a cut-off area so that the kids weren't going to pull the tree down, because children and animals, Christmas trees will always end up on the floor. So yeah, one day my boss is just suddenly like, yep, here's the tree, here's all the decoration. You, the other staff member, who I'm not going to name, I'm going to call her Sandra. I've never met anybody called Sandra in my life. So I'm going to call her Sandra. So our boss comes in and says to me and Sandra that, here's the tree, here's the decorations, you are going to do an activity with these kids to help put the Christmas tree up. And we're like, sure. Now Sandra has already been working there for a couple of years, so she knows the routine, so I'm kind of leaning on her for this one. So she puts the Christmas tree up. That bit's fine. The kids come in, they are excited because they're starting to get to the age where they understand what Christmas is, they understand what a Christmas tree means, a lot of them have already put up their decorations, so they're getting an idea of what this time of year means for them. And they're excited, they are instantly swarming this thing, and I'm just like, oh, okay, we're go, this is a go. Now, don't get me wrong, I love these kids are great. But every single group of children, no matter where you work, no matter what age group you have, there is always going to be a handful of little terrors, shall we say. And we had a couple of little terrors in this group, and this is where the chaos ensued. So, you know, for starters, it's all going pretty well. We have the bags of decorations that are full of little stars and baubles and salt dough ornaments that they've made in previous years, and they're going to be hanging them up on the tree as well. So as soon as I open that bag, they are just, yeah, they're like piranhas to meat. They just dive into this bag, all scrabbling and swarming for like the shiniest decoration, and some of them don't want to put it on the tree, some of them want to walk away and like, no, this is mine. And you know, you can see like some kids have like their coat pockets that are just bulging because they've tried to ram as many ornaments in there because they want to take them home, and you're just there like, no, it goes on the tree, it goes on the tree, no, see, it goes on the tree, it goes on the tree. And I suddenly realise, I look around at the sea of tiny little people around my knees, I suddenly realise I'm on my own with 15 toddlers. What's going on? I look around and Sandra has decided to step away from this chaos and is now calm as you please, looking so chill, got some tinsel, and is just lining it up on the walls, around the doors, making everything look pretty. So she's still in the room with me, so, you know, we're still in numbers and ratios for these kids. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, can you help? And she's like, oh, it looks pretty, doesn't it? I'm like, yes, that looks very pretty. But the tree is now on the floor. So yeah, we had a bit of chaos, like trying to organise, like where would be people putting it on the tree? Who's got ornaments in their pockets? Who's trying to shove them in their mouth? Why are you trying to shove them in your mouth? Why have you undone all of the strings on the decorations? Why? I want to know. I want to know how a toddler's mind works, because some of the choices they make. And now there's one little boy, and he's always been a bit of a terror. So I blame myself for this one. Now, all of our ornaments were red and gold and looking so pretty, and I see him and he's walking up and he's got his hands like this. And just on the top, I can just see this little like bronze kind of shade. It's hard to see because he's got his hands like this. So I just assume, I shouldn't have assumed, oh, he has a bronze ornament in his hands. He actually wants to help out for once, instead of trying to strangle another child with the tinsel. We're making progress. So I look at him with a big smile on my face and I'm like, oh, have you got a decoration? And he nods. Mm-hmm. Okay, brilliant. You're going to put it on the tree? Mm-hmm. And he takes his little hands and he holds it up to the tree. And then he opens his hands. And sand just rains down over the branches and gets stuck everywhere and forms a little pile under the tree. He did not have a decoration. He'd gone to the other side of the room to the sand pit and gathered as much as he could to then shower it on the tree. So I'm looking at this kid and I'm like, blaming myself for trusting him. Does sand go on the Christmas tree? And he goes, mm-hmm. So why did you put sand on the tree? And he just bursts out laughing and runs away to the other side of the room. And then, of course, once everything is in some kind of order and there are decorations on all parts of the tree and it's looking absolutely chaotic but still Christmassy, and the kids have run out of decorations to ramshackle in the bag, I'm like, okay, we're doing good. Everyone, step back. Let's admire our work, shall we? Let's admire our sand-covered, chaotic, unevenly spaced, mostly bottom-heavy work, shall we? Let's take a look at this. Well done, guys. Well done. And then, of course, that brings us to another child who decides, I'm gonna climb that. And he runs full force. He takes a epic running jump towards this tree and clings to it like a koala. Now, it's a little tree, like this one. It's this one's about 5.5 foot maybe, so about the same height as me. And he runs at this thing. And he it's against a wall. I was not fast enough to grab this child. So he runs, he leaps, he crashes, and the tree and the child bump into the wall. In quite a spectacular fashion, may I add. Now, not only did these decorations then rain down from the branches and more sand scattered everywhere, no, what else happened was that no one told me was that this tree was against the wall in front of the fire alarm. Now, there are 2 fire alarms in this room, one by the main fire exit door and one at the back. We're at the back. The one by the fire exit door has a plastic cover which can only be pulled up to then press the button, so to avoid any accidents like this. And once you lift it, it makes this little beep noise to give you an alert. Oh, this has been opened. So if one of the children ever manage to reach it and open it, we are alerted before any alarms can actually go off. This one that the tree was in front of didn't have a plastic cover. So when this child Mission Impossible leaped it into this tree and bumped into the wall, the tree set off the fire alarm. Now, I haven't been in this location long enough to have ever seen a fire drill. We've had practices and we know where the meeting points are. We've done drills, but I've never actually seen it in action. And I was hoping I was never going to. So when this incident occurs, not only does the alarm start blasting, but suddenly all of the lights turn off. Whoever designed this system needs to be shot, because why on earth would a fire alarm need to turn off all of the lights in the building and then have one flashing red emergency light? I mean, are they expecting the fire to light our way to the exits? I don't know. We're looking after toddlers. There's stuff everywhere, and toddlers are like below your waist height. You can't just go and try and find stuff, because guaranteed you will fall over either a toy, an activity, or one of the children. So you've just got this darkness, this and this flashing red emergency light. And I'm completely stunned. So I'm expecting the kids to start screaming. I'm expecting someone to start yelling fire, because what else are you gonna do in that situation? No. No. Again, I love the way Toddler's mind works, because out of the 15 we were looking after, a good 4 of them had no clue what was going on and were just looking around in confusion. 10 of them must have thought, it's dark, there's a flashing light, and there's funny noises. It must be a dance party, because 10 of them just start giggling and along with the alarm start doing this movement. So I'm having to observe not only my first fire alarm, not only a kid that is looking dazed as hell on the floor, but also 10 children who have now decided that this is the perfect time for an underground dance rave. Oh my god. Only one little girl, and I don't know what her parents have been teaching her, but only one little girl reacted in the appropriate fashion, to an extent. She started doing this little shuffle on the floor of panic, screaming at the top of her lungs, "Fire moves quickly! Fire moves quickly! Fire moves quickly!" and just start shoving the dance ravers towards the door. And I'm like, I admire what you're trying to do, my darling girl, but this is not the way to do it. So our boss comes running in. She's like, okay, what's going on? I explained, but we still have to go through the process. Even though I know it was an accident, we still have to go through the process of a fire drill. So we managed to herd all of the children into the outside garden area, and we're counting them. And then suddenly I realise, frick, there's one child missing. They are not in the building, because I did a head count as they were walking outside. Where the hell? Oh, there he is. Of course, it's the one that was trying to climb the tree and started this whole chaos. So in the garden, there is a climbing frame that looks like a pirate ship. It's very small. I'm still taller than it, but for them, this is like the bee's knees. And of course, he's at the top of it, with the little captain's steering wheel, looking so proud of himself. I'm like, boy, you better get down here right now. Managed to wrestle him to the ground, get them all to line up. Everyone is accounted for. Some of the kids are still having a dance rave. My poor little fire safety girl is still screaming about how fire moves quickly. And there is somehow sand in my shoes. Fire alarm turns off. Lights come back on. Everyone is counted and herded back inside. And the tree is still in shambles. So we have to begin the process again. And this child has still not given up, so every 5 minutes you have to do this rugby tackle while he leaps midair to make sure that this does not happen again. Fast forward until the kids have gone home. We are tidying, we are deep cleaning, because you have to deep clean everything because of the new COVID precautions, and our boss comes in and she looks at the tree and goes, "Aww, Oh, they absolutely loved that activity today, guys. You did such a good job. The tree looks great. The kids had fun. Well done. Really proud of you. And then Sandra, who took little to no part in all of this chaos, goes, "Oh, I know it was an absolute nightmare trying to keep them all under control, though. I mean, you should have seen some of the things that they were doing, but I'm so glad they enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun." And I'm just there like, yes, Sandra. Tinsel looks freaking great on the wall, by the way. Don't get me wrong, looking back, I can laugh at it and it was funny, and just the chaos is one of the reasons why I love kids so much. But at the same time, 15 toddlers trying to help putting up a Christmas tree, that is a level of chaos that I do not want to repeat anytime soon. And you want to know what's the real cherry on this nightmare cake? This sandy and nightmare cake? 2 days after we put up the Christmas tree, the main manager of the branch of nurseries that I work in messaged saying, "Yeah, by the way, because the day is broken up into 2 groups of children, 2 bubbles, one that comes in the morning, one that comes in the afternoon. Because of this bubble system and with COVID precautions, if you don't have 2 Christmas trees with 2 sets of different decorations, one to put up in the morning, one to put up in the afternoon, then that is a contamination of both bubbles crossing over through this one Christmas tree, so you'll have to take it down." Now, we don't have 2 Christmas trees. We don't have 2 sets of decorations. We don't have any of that. So after all of this chaos, we are then told that it is against COVID precautions to even have the tree up in the first place, because we don't have another one to go through that chaos again for the different group. So we have to take the tree down ourselves 2 days after the chaos. All of that for nothing. Needless to say, when I came home that day and saw that Tom had set up the Christmas tree but not put any decorations on yet because he wanted to wait for me to come home, I was not in a very festive mood. Oh god, I hope you like that story. It cracked me up. I mean, it's stressful as all hell when it was happening, but it's fun to look back on, and Jesus Christ, toddlers are absolutely bonkers. I have so many, both kids club, like primary school age stories from when I worked there, and nursery school age. I have so many different stories, and if you like this video, let me know and I'll maybe do some more story times and stuff like that. But yeah, I just wanted to share with you my Christmas tree with toddlers helping chaos that I had to go through. God knows what next year's gonna bring, and thank God we didn't have 2 Christmas trees, because I don't think I could go through that again. Why sand? Why fire alarms? Why dance raves? Why pirate ship? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, just a fun random little video for you guys. I just wanted to share a story time. Yeah, just wanted to have a laugh today. Yep, I hope you're doing well, I hope you're staying safe, and if you have any stories that you want to share, please leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear them, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye, my scribblers.